Right. We're so excited to have everybody. It's 2 o'clock, so we'll get started. Welcome to CIET, New Student Orientation. We're so thrilled to have everyone here today. This is going to be filled with valuable insights, helpful tips and tricks, and really make sure you guys are set up for success come Monday. First, I want to introduce myself. My name's Erin. I'm the Student Success Manager here at CIET. I oversee our amazing team of student success advisors who are going to be your go-to support from start to finish throughout your program. Some of you may have already heard from them already, but they're going to be able to help support you. Today, we're going to be joined by several different departments, but I'm going to call special attention to our enrollment coordinators. They have been working closely with admissions to ensure that your onboarding has been going smoothly and registered for your first course. They're going to be active in the chat through today's session, so feel free to drop any questions that you might have in there and they'll be able to answer those for you. They're also going to be dropping important links. Be sure to save and bookmark all of those as well. So let's go over a few quick things before we get started. This session is being recorded. So if you want to revisit any information, or you will have access to this recording. And then to keep things distraction-free, all participants have been muted. Just to make sure we go over all the information, and then we'll be sure to unmute you at the end during question and answers, and then you can also ask your questions in the chat. And then finally, if you are using any military benefits, the military briefing will be at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. I recommend you please attend that. We'll be going over valuable information regarding your benefits. That link will also be posted into the chat. All right, so let's go over what we'll be reviewing today. First, we're going to discuss some key steps to complete before your first day on Monday to make sure you're set up for a smooth and successful start. And then here at CIET, we take pride in the types of support we provide our students. So I'll be reviewing some of those services for you as well. We'll go into tips for success to make sure you stay organized and motivated and confident, ready to start on Monday. And make sure to set you up for some long-term success while you're going to school here. We'll then be going into the importance and value of industry certifications. We'll discuss next course preparation and to make sure you jump from one class to the next smoothly. We'll introduce you to our career services team and learn more about the resources and guidance they'll be able to provide you for your future career. And then we'll be joined by our financial aid team, who's going to provide you with important information about managing your finances and understanding your funding options as well. And then we'll have our question and answers at the end. All right, so preparing for your first day. We know here at CIT, starting something new can be a little bit overwhelming, but we're here to help you out. Okay, so before your courses begin on Monday, we want here are a few key steps to take to make sure you're set up for success. First is to understand all of your platforms. Make sure you have access to all of these. These are going to be your three main tools while you're going to school. First is your student portal. This is going to be your home base. It's going to be your first place you're going to go to make sure everything's set up. This is where you're going to get your student email, your course schedule, tools and resources, including Canvas. And Canvas is your academic hub, okay? This is where your virtual classroom is going to live. You're going to find your assignments, your grades, your discussions, the course materials that are all going to be found within Canvas. And then within your course, I highly recommend you review the course syllabus, okay? And the reason it's going to help you understand what's to come. What do these next few weeks look like? What's the course load? How do I contact my instructor? It's just going to give you an idea of what to expect so you can be fully prepared. And then we have Microsoft Teams. This is our communication platform. You're going to use it to connect with instructors, support staff, and it's also going to be where you're going to be attending your live lectures. Now, before you start on Monday as well, you will need to complete your readiness course. This is a small course that's already in your Canvas and is going to help walk you through everything you need to know before day one. Where to go, how to check your grades, understand attendance requirements. It's going to help you navigate so you don't feel like you're going in blind on that very first day. And then finally, let's talk about our textbooks, okay? We recommend you ordering your textbooks before each course begins. We'll be dropping the link in the chat as well. And the reason why we want you to do it prior to each course is that we want to ensure you guys have the most up-to-date versions and information and requirements for each course. They can change, so we want to make sure you guys aren't going too far in advance in requesting your textbooks. We want to make sure you have the most accurate materials for the course. So let's quickly recap. Make sure you can log into your portal, explore Canvas, understand Teams, get that readiness course completed. Make sure you grabbed your textbooks. If you do all of those things prior to Monday, you guys are already set up for a strong start. Okay, and the types of success here at CIAT, or support we provide you guys. We have a dedicated team of student success advisors, okay? Like I said earlier, some of you may have already heard from them. They're going to be your go-to support. They're going to help you through your academic journey. Their role is to support you, help you navigate any challenges, speed bumps, ask any questions. They are there to help you navigate this path of your educational journey. Next is if you ever have a quick question, you just need a quick answer, in your student portal, the very top right, there's going to be Submit Support Request button. When you submit that, it's just going to give us like a quick email and we'll follow up with you shortly. It's just a quick way to get an answer. And then academic tutoring. This will also be located in your student portal. In that drop-down menu, you'll be able to select that. This is completely free. We have dedicated staff and faculty already here to support you with additional assistance and guidance. So whether you need understanding a concept or preparing for a certification exam, go ahead and submit that request. We have that team ready to go to help you, and we'll make sure to coordinate that right support that you're needing for you from the get-go. And finally, if you feel like you might be needing academic accommodations, our Disability Support Services team is here for you. We encourage you to book an appointment so that we can talk through what's available. Make sure you're set up for success from day one. So remember, no matter what, you guys are never alone here. All right, so tips for success. 5 weeks go by very quickly. All right. And we want to make sure you stay organized and are set up for success. Staying engaged within your course is incredibly important, okay? We want to make sure you stay logged in and you're attending throughout the course regardless of what's going on in your life. We want to make sure you're being successful. The live sessions is the next important tip that I have for you, is that attending these live lectures is a vital part of your success. You're going to get tons of information, okay? And those will be going on either Monday and Tuesday or Wednesday and Thursday. They will not change throughout the class. We'll stick to that schedule, but can change from course to course. So you'll be able to locate that schedule within your teams as well. Make sure you also review your syllabus. It will also provide you with that information. Next, create a plan, all right, that fits your life. Some of you have full-time jobs, families. Having a plan is going to allow you to have a little bit more control over what's going on and set you up. We want to make sure you set aside roughly about 20 to 30 hours to make sure you stay on track per week. So that could be mapping out your time, blocking of study hours, organizing assignments, building a weekly routine. will help you feel far less overwhelmed. So a little bit of planning is going to go a long way and help you feel a little bit more balanced and successful throughout the course. And then lastly, let's make sure you check your student emails daily, okay? The reason we want to make sure that this is a habit, just like your personal email you would or your work email, you want to check this because there's going to be important institutional information that gets sent to your student email. Multiple departments will be reaching out to you through that. Student services on academic updates or urgent reminders. Your finance team might be reaching out to you. IT, your instructors will be following up with you in that email. So it's really important you guys check your emails as much as possible. And then just a quick fun fact is that students who complete their very first course are far more likely to graduate. So these first 5 weeks are crucial for your success. It gives you that momentum, that excitement. So really lean into that. This is an exciting time for all of you. All right, and let's talk attendance, okay? Like I said, student engagement is an essential part of your educational experience. So actively participating within your course throughout the week helps you not only learn the material, but it also prepares you for long-term academic success. CIET attendance is tracked through 3 weekly checkpoints, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And students are required to complete at least one gradable assignment by each of those days. So I'm going to break it down just a little bit more for you guys. When you go into your class on the very first day, your assignments are going to be broken down into weekly chunks, okay? Your first week, all of your assignments are going to have a due date of Saturday. But it's your responsibility to identify and select which 3 assignments you want to submit at minimum by Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So make sure you guys select any assignment that you want and submit it by those days, and you'll be meeting those checkpoints, okay? For those that want to work ahead, absolutely, we encourage you to do so. We want you to, something that works for you, we want you to do it. So for, say, Tuesday, you submit 3 assignments. Those will meet those 3 checkpoints already. However, you cannot go backwards. So if you submit those 3 assignments on Wednesday, it will only count for your Thursday and Saturday requirements. Okay. I also want to give a quick tip as well. If you are working in ahead in your class, some students I do know want to work further into the weeks. Again, we want to support you through that. However, I recommend saving it to your computer. Do not submit those assignments until you're actively within the week where those assignments are due. That way you're going to ensure each of those assignments are going to meet those checkpoints as well and keep you on track. So what counts as attendance? I do want to review that too, just to make sure it's very clear, is anything that's gradable is going to count towards your attendance. Assignments, projects, submitting a discussion post, doing a lab, a midterm, an exam, all of those things that have grades will be something that you can submit that will go towards your attendance. What will not count is I logged into my Canvas or watching a lecture or just self-studying or reading. That won't have any grading associated to it, so that will not count towards that checkpoint. And then finally, I do want to review the 14-day of non-attendance. If you go 14 days without posting into the class, we will have to remove you from the institution administratively. But don't worry, you will have tons of notification from your student success advisors. We will be following up with you if you are going anywhere near that direction. We'll be calling you, emailing you, and making sure we keep you on track. And then next, I'm going to introduce to you one of our senior student success advisors, Andrea, and she will be reviewing the importance of industry certifications. Let me see if I can find her here and unmute her mic. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, Andrea.
No problem. Thank you, Erin. And hello, everybody. As Erin said, my name is Andrea Watson. I'm a Senior Student Success Advisor on our military division here at CIET. So welcome. We're so excited for you to begin your educational journey with us. And I work on an amazing team of student advisors here, so you will be hearing from your particular advisor. They're here to support you throughout your entire program. So let's talk about industry certifications. So many programs at CIET include curriculum that cover certifications, and you can see some of those here, right? We've got CompTIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and more. Earning these certifications, in addition to your degrees or certificates that you're getting here at CIET, gives you a competitive edge. It really opens doors for both career placement and career advancement if you're already in the field. CIET provides extensive exam support for both current students and our graduates. So for graduates, you get up to 180 days after you graduate of certification support. So that's about 6 months. And our support includes practice exams, vouchers, tutoring, boot camps. We've got test prep workshops. There's a lot here at CIET, and I definitely encourage you all to take full advantage of it. And also, while we're talking about taking full advantage of it, something that I want to encourage you all to do is to start working on your certifications nice and early. So once you pass a course that has an affiliated certification exam, you can begin your preparation for the test right away. Planning ahead will definitely help reduce stress. You can absorb the material more effectively and feel more confident when you're ready to take the exam. You can work with your student success advisor as you're getting ready for those exams. We can help support you every step of the way. And something on this slide that I think is really important is our unlimited certification exam policy. It's something really, really great about CIT, a really unique benefit for our CIT students. So if you don't pass your first attempt, we'll continue to support you until you succeed, and we're here to cheer you on every step of the way. Something else on this slide that I want to point out is our acronym for FAIL. It stands for First Attempt in Learning. So the only way to fail, we say here, is to give up. So we're here to support you. If you don't pass that first exam, don't stress it. Work with your student advisor. We'll help you get ready for the next attempt. And these are hard exams, right? So we get it. And we're here to help. So if you ever have questions, if you feel stuck, please reach out to us. We are here to help you succeed. So you'll hear a lot more about certifications as you get going. Your instructors will be talking about this. You'll be getting study materials once you kind of get to that point. So usually a couple classes in, and we're here to help. So if you have questions about that, definitely let us know. And we're all really excited for you to get started on Monday. So now I'm going to turn it over to our senior records evaluator, Nora Tennell, who will be reviewing our next course preparation here at CIET.
Thank you, Andrea. I really appreciate it. And hello, everyone. Again, my name is Nora Tawanu'u, and I am your senior records evaluator. And so I am representing a team of records evaluators that are also here to support you. And as you can see already, we are just a bunch of departments that just want to help each and every one of you be successful with your time here at CIET. And so as you prepare for your next course, I just want to highlight a few things to keep you, to keep in mind so that you can stay on track and set yourself up for success. So first, your courses are already scheduled for you, and you do not need to worry about registering or registration. And so this allows for you to focus on staying engaged and keeping up with your work. And so this is important that you maintain and pass um, your first term course with at least a C grade or higher. This ensures that you're able to continue your enrollment and move forward into your next course without any interruptions. And so in addition, you'll need to complete all financial clearance paperwork before being registered for your second course. And so our financial team will walk you through that in more detail later on in our presentation here. And you'll also want to submit your official transcripts by the end of your first term. So that's the end of your first course, if you're planning to receive any transfer credits. Prior to being enrolled, you would have already received a pre-evaluation that was done by the records evaluation team. And so please make sure you have those institutions send your official transcripts to records@ciat.edu. And last but not least, please make sure you verify your address in your student portal to ensure we have the correct address on file for you, especially for those who are in our IT programs. So that way your equipment will be ordered and processed and sent to the correct address on file. And for everyone else, you want to make sure that we have the correct address on file so that you can receive your certificate or your diploma it gets sent to the correct address. So again, please make sure you verify your address in your student portal. And we're here to support each and every one of you throughout your academic journey here. And we're excited to see you all succeed. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our Director of Career Services.
Hi, Nora. Thanks so much. Good afternoon, everyone. It is so wonderful to have you on orientation and to welcome you to CIAT. If you haven't heard, this is certainly a family of not only really dedicated student service professionals, but just an institution that is excited to have you here and watch you grow. As mentioned, I do oversee our career services department, and we are here to help you with everything from career transitioning, early career, your first job in IT, maybe your last job in IT, whatever that looks like for you. Our department really wants to work with you from day one to help you understand what is needed in order for you to be successful in your journey. I know that it was talked about earlier that the industry certifications are such an important component of the programs that you're taking. Same is true with your career development and your next steps into job obtainment. So we'd love to talk to you throughout your stages. You will have a dedicated career services advisor, like you have a dedicated student support advisor, financial aid advisor. You have a CSA who will be reaching out to you within your first or second term of your courses. We can help you with everything from resume building, interview skill building, mock interviews, career exploration, trying to figure out what you want to do with that certificate or degree that you are pursuing. So we would love to connect with you. You will be receiving information regarding Handshake, that's our online career services portal, within week 3 of your first term. So be looking out for that email from us from Handshake, as well as your career services advisor. And we just want to welcome you to CIAT and wish you the best in your journey. Thanks.
All right, and now we have our finance on the line who will be able to go over some of the important information regarding your funding sources.
Thank you, Erin. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Thanks, Cindy.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy Garvey, and I am the Financial Aid Advising Manager here at CIAT. I'm so excited to welcome you all here today Today, we will be going over some important financial aid topics with all of you. And obviously, if you have some questions, please feel free to let us know. It is very important that you apply for the FAFSA and you continue applying for the FAFSA. It is not a one and done. You will need to complete it every single academic year in order to maintain your eligibility. If you completed it upon enrollment, we will continue to check in on you to make sure that you maintain your eligibility. And if you have any other questions on funding sources that come from FAFSA, we are happy to make sure that you meet those requirements each year. As you started your enrollment process, you worked with our financial aid advisors. Soon you will be in contact with our financial aid coordinators who are here to assist you from the start all the way through graduation. They will be reaching out to you with what's called our financial aid offer letters. And that leads me right to my next topic. That is your financial aid package that we reviewed upon enrollment. Your projection will be also added to what's called the offer letter. That is sent to you via email, and you will need to review and sign it. Once you review and sign it, we can go ahead and promptly process your federal aid, whether that was student loans or your federal grants. Okay, you definitely want to review that as promptly as possible. Again, that will be going to your CIAT email. That way there's no delays in processing your federal aid. Financial literacy and budgeting. It is very important to manage your finances effectively. That way, if you have to prepare for any failed courses or leave of absences, we can appropriately manage your cost moving forward based on those failed courses or leave of absences. You also will want to create a budget that will be appropriate and according to your expenses while you are in school. And those costs that are indirect will be aligned in your offer letter, so you can definitely plan accordingly as well. Textbooks, as I know, are there have been some questions on textbooks. Those are an out-of-pocket expense, and you should have received a list of those costs upon enrollment between your admissions advisor and your financial aid advisor as well. You can definitely use your available resources. I know there's books out there that you can rent. You can also find used books online. You could also reach out to our financial aid coordinators for additional assistance on where to find additional funding, maybe some outside scholarships that can definitely assist. Lastly, please stay informed and proactive. We always send out financial aid emails to you and contact you. We text you to make sure that you can also get some important information, just so you know when the FAFSA comes out for the next academic year, and we do maintain contact through there. Here is our main contact, our phone and our email. So feel free to capture that and feel free to give us a call or text us if you have any additional questions. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much. So this is a quick reminder, again, for those that are utilizing any military benefits to attend our military brief at 3:30, and a lot of your questions regarding funding will all be answered in that meeting. All right, let's open it up for any questions or concerns that you guys may have. You can use the little raise your hand button at the top of your Teams screen, and then we can kind of go one by one to help answer those questions for you. All right. Johnny, I just unmuted your mic there, so you should be able to ask your question.
Yeah, so what book we need will be under once we get into the portal, whatever class. I know you said it's different books. Want to make sure we have the right one. So if it's a book, hello.
Yeah, go ahead and you can finish. Sorry.
Yeah. So if the book, if the class is introduction to IT, and it's like different variations of that, which one Is that what you're talking about? Because I was kind of confused. They're like, which one is it? Different versions of the same book, or like?
So some courses do require multiple books. So if you're looking at something like that, that could be an option. But you can also confirm if you would like by going into your class and pulling up that syllabus that will also list the required book that you're needing for that course. If you want to just double check and cross-reference, and then you can also, if you want to triple check, you can follow up with your student success advisor as well if you're needing additional assistance with that.
And will it also have the book price, like you said, or like?
I believe the links that are in the textbook list should bring you to a place to purchase them, which will have the cost on them.
Okay. And I tried to log into the student portal to do the sign in, but I don't know. It was saying that it was the login information, the generic ones that y'all created for me, was like incorrect. So who do I talk to for that? Do I need to talk to Joe or?
We can follow up with IT. You can reach out to help@ciet.edu, and they can assist you with login information if you're running into any difficulties.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you. All right, let's go next to Ivan Estrada. You should be able to unmute your mic.
Hi. So my question is, once you get into the class, how do you go about to schedule the test? Like, where do you go? Like, is that a different link, or how do you do that?
For your team's lectures schedule?
No, the actual test, like at the end of the course.
Oh, that will be covered in your military brief. If you're referring to the hybrid, that will be covered in the military brief at 3:30.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that was it.
All right, perfect. All right. Let's go with William G. I just unmuted your mic there. Welcome. There should be a little button there with a microphone with a line through it. You should be able to unclick that and be able to. No, let's see. Give that one more try. You can also type out your question. I can try to answer it that way if you're running into difficulties. Any other questions while we're waiting for William?
Erin, I think he put his question in the chat.
Got it. For the CCNA program, is the study guide a requirement? If it's listed as a required material for the course, then yes, it would be required. I highly recommend getting it just because it's just a helpful piece of information as well, especially if you're going for that exam, the industry exam. It will be incredibly helpful for you. I have another question in the chat from Josh. The only question I have would be in regards to transferable credits. Should I expect multiple degrees in different fields? So this should be something that you can work with our records coordinator or admissions. You should be receiving kind of an evaluation to give you an idea of what could be possibly transferred in if you've attended different schools and have different degrees. So I would follow up in regards to that, specifically in regards to what that might look like for you. We have another question. I believe the study guide for CCNA, I'll have to cross-reference, just that specific course is not through us, it is through the providers of that particular course, but I would have to cross-reference that, and I can get back to you on that, William. All right, let's see. We have another question. All right, let's go for Ray Marshall. I'm going to allow your mic there.
Okay, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome.
Well, thank you. I looked at my syllabus and it seems to be everything is online. But when I enrolled for hybrid learning. How does that work?
So majority of the assignments for hybrid statuses will be online. They will cover that in the military brief on how to make sure you're fulfilling that hybrid requirement.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. All right, next we will go over to Haley. Welcome. Able to unmute your mic if you still want to answer or ask your question. I don't have a last name, I just have Haley. Okay, looks like if you want to ask your question in the chat, we'll come back to you as well. We'll go over to Roger. I just unmuted your mic. Welcome.
Hi, hello. You mentioned something that we are automatically registered every time we pass a term, right? Is the next class gonna be a hybrid one, just like the previous one? Because that's the only type of method I can take.
So how you've been enrolled, if that is online or hybrid, will be the program you've enrolled into. So your course modality will stay the same with whatever you have enrolled into. So if you're referring to the hybrid program, again, they're going to go over in a lot more detail in the military brief.
Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. All right, let's see if we have any more questions. Looks like I have one from Riley. Let me go ahead and unmute your mic here.
Hi, yeah, I didn't really have a question, but I did have some information to share regarding purchasing of books for the courses. That kind of helped me. One is I'm told by an advisor that you guys do offer links to purchase physical copies, and if people are willing to look, I mean, I found the Study Skills book for like $40 when the ebook is like 60. So for those who are concerned about the costs of the books for the curriculum, I mean, that's one way to look at it. Also, I'm in Ohio, and there's an organization called Ohio Means Jobs. I can't really speak for other services in other states, but they actually offer to aid in schooling for people who struggle to finance themselves through schooling. And they would also be able to help purchase books for you if you enroll with their services or any other services in your respective states. As somebody who has been utilizing help from organizations trying to, start a career, just some resources that I thought I'd share.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I highly recommend that anybody that is having concerns about funding or purchasing a book to follow up with your financial aid coordinator and just talk about some options that might be available. All right, let's see if we have any more. All right, I see Cedric. I'm coming to you next. Cedric Sanders, I just unmuted your mic.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing well. Welcome.
That's great. I actually had a question about the it might be answered during the military lecture, but I'm trying to purchase the books, but I was told that I don't receive my MHA payment until in my book stipend until 4 weeks in. So I'm trying to figure out how that works if I'm unable to purchase a book and I don't get my book stipend until I've completed 4 weeks of the class. Like, is there any other type of help like for me to purchase the books?
So they will go over that, yeah, in the military brief a little bit more specifically. But I would also, again, recommend that you follow up with your financial aid coordinator and go over additional options that might be available to you.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, let's go to Lamar. I will unmute your mic.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, I got a question about like the disbursement of the federal aid, the student loans.
Mhm.
How does that work? Does that go to you personally, or do you have like a student account that it goes to?
Hi, Erin. I
Uh,
can answer.
Thanks, Cindy.
Of course. Hi, Lamar. So sure. So we do process federal aid every once the first class is complete and you're passing your course, obviously. And so once that's posted to your account, we will send you some information. If that does create a refund to your account, we will send you a link that where you can provide almost like a direct deposit.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. And your financial aid coordinator will reach out to you shortly with your
Okay,
financial aid
no,
offer letter that
okay,
will show you when that comes in. It has dates. Okay.
okay, no problem. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, and let's go over to Jonathan Turnage. I just unmuted your mic.
Yes. So my question has been answered by one of my colleagues in the group that said talking about the books and things and stuff like that. So my question was answered. Thank you.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, if anything else comes up, feel free to plop it into the chat and we can help you that way as well. All right. And I see Jordan. We'll unmute you there. Jordan Brown. Should be able to unmute your mic there. Should be a little microphone with that you can uncheck.
Oh, I see. Yes, how you doing? Like I said, I had a slight question about the books. Now, would it be better to get the audio books or the actual physical books? And would it be and are we supposed to have those books before the 23rd?
I would recommend if there is an audiobook option, whatever you feel like is your best learning style. But I would personally probably go with a physical book over the audiobook if it's sometimes I know that they can be bundled and things like that. But I would make sure you have a physical book that you can read and make sure you can reference throughout the course.
All right. And also I'm doing the cybersecurity certification program. And now would financial aid cover for the books or would we pay for the books out of pocket?
Go ahead, Cindy.
I can help with that. Sorry. There is a lot of questions on that. So books are not if you have an excess or of refunds coming to you, yes, you can use those funds. However, you do have to pay for them out of pocket first, and then you will get refunded for those books. We unfortunately that is not covered in the tuition fees that are shown to you in your projection. But as it was mentioned before, there are other resources out there for you, and we're happy to connect you with those resources so that you can see what's available to you.
All right, so the books that we would need would be on our syllabus, right?
Yes.
All right. All right, thank
And
you.
on the links there's links on the chat as well for the books.
All right, thank you. Sounds good.
Of course.
Any other questions as we start to wrap up the orientation? Again, you have a team. Student success advisors are here to assist you. I think the hands that are still raised are ones that we've answered already, unless you guys have additional questions. If you do have your hand raised, if you can uncheck it if you've already asked your question, just so I know if I've answered everyone's questions. Any additional questions, Roger? I'll unmute you just in case.
No questions. Thank you for all the information.
No problem. Thank you guys for attending. We're excited for you guys all to start on Monday. Jonathan Turnage, I do see your hand still raised. I'll just unmute you just in case if you have an additional question.
Oh no, I didn't know I had to press the button. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Right. So I'll stay on. That concludes our orientation for today. But I can stay on if anyone has a few additional questions towards the end. Again, that military brief will be starting at 3:30. So please be sure to attend that if you are using any military benefits, and we'll go into detail in regards into that and how it's going to impact your studies.
Erin,
Thank you guys. Oh, yeah, go
hi,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Aaron, there's
Juvenci had a question, and he was just wondering, because it didn't go answered. His first question was, during our studies, will we have student groups, tech clubs, or networking even we should join?
I do believe we have some cybersecurity clubs you can join. So there are like communities that we've created within CIT that you can join if it's applicable. I think we can try to find the chat and put it in there for you guys as well. I hope that answered that question.
Yeah, he said he had two questions.
clubs,
I'm looking to
yeah.
see. Oh, and then he had for the network technician certificate, how hands-on are labs and how often will we work with real equipment?
I believe for that particular certificate, the labs are online. I would have to double check for that, but I believe they'd be online for that particular program. And I also see a hand, Tony. I don't believe we got to you. I'm going to allow your mic as well.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
So a question about the live lectures. It said in the brief Monday and Tuesday and then Wednesday, Thursday. How am I able to go to the Wednesday, Thursday instead of Monday, Tuesday?
It'll be one or the other. So it won't be both. It'd be either a Monday, Tuesday lecture or Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, so it rotates each week, like what days?
Not each week, each course. So if you are in a course and it's saying Monday, Wednesday, every single week for those 5 weeks, you will have that Monday, Wednesday live lectures.
Okay, and the other question with that is, because sometimes I work until like 6:30, so I'm a little past the start time. It was saying that it's highly recommended you attend, obviously, so you can speak live. But if not, this says as long as you rewatch the pre-recorded or the recorded.
Absolutely, yes. So
I
they
still get
do
credit
have the
for it.
recordings. Yes. So you do have the recordings to review and to be able to access that after. We do have a number of students that are on the East Coast, so we obviously don't expect you guys to go that late into the evening, but we do have those recordings that we definitely recommend you refer to.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Ray Marshall, looks like you have another question.
Yes, I do. I see that my course is requiring me to have 2 books Monday. One is very affordable, but the Microsoft is $233. Now, Also, you said get the hard copy would be better. The print copy would be better. And we need those before Monday. Am I correct?
Or like an ebook, something that you can reference. But yeah, we would definitely recommend getting those books prior to your start on Monday, if possible. But I do recommend you follow up with your finance coordinator
Yeah.
to discuss any kind of funding options to see what we might be able to do to assist you.
Yeah, I'll ask in the military briefing because we don't get our stipend until the first 4 weeks have gone by. $233 for a book is, So I'll ask in the military class in the briefing.
Okay, perfect. No problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll take my hand down.
All right. Looks like Elise. Go ahead and unmute you.
Yes, I was just wondering about how do we know if our classes are taken on that Monday and Wednesday or the Tuesday and Thursday? Is that in the
It will be,
syllabus? Because
yes, it will be in your syllabus.
because I was looking and because it's not in my calendar either, so that's what I was trying to figure out.
We can also follow up with your student success advisor as well, and they might be able to help locate which live lecture you have and follow back up with you if you're having a difficult time identifying that.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had for right now.
No problem. Looks like we have Jordan Brown. You have another question, Jordan?
Yes. I'm on the East Coast, so would my class start at 9 p.m.?
The live lecture would start at that 9 Pacific Standard Time. I highly recommend those that are on the East Coast to attend as much as you can, obviously within your means. But then we do have those recordings available for you as well.
All right, all right. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I was asking. I was just making sure I had my timings right.
No problem. All right. I have Lamar again. Do you have any additional questions, Lamar?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're perfectly fine. Right, let me go through here in the chat just to make sure we're not missing anybody. If you're having any issues logging in to your portal or to Canvas, you can reach out to help@ciat.edu, and they will be able to help reset any kind of passwords and make sure you have that access as well. William, we can have someone follow up with you after we're done with this orientation in regards to your question. Making sure I'm not missing anybody here with any questions. It looks like we've got all those answered. I will stay on, like I said. Yes, the readiness course should auto-populate into your Canvas when you log in. If it's not there, let us know and we can take a look for you as well. But it should be in there for you by this weekend. Any additional questions? And like I said, if you do have any questions, we have teams that's here to help you out. You can reach out to your advisor. You can use that support request button in your portal, and we can try to answer any questions that you might have before you start on Monday. Right. I will stay on if anybody has any additional questions. Otherwise, you guys are free to go. And again, if you have that any questions, make sure you attend that military brief and they'll be able to answer some of those questions for you. Hi, Noah. I do see raise your hand real quick. I just unmuted your mic if you have any questions. Noah, do you have any questions? And if your mic's not working, we can also answer them in the chat as well. All right, thank you everybody for attending. No, if you have any more questions, we can answer them in the chat. We do have a question really quick in the chat about attendance. Live lectures are not counted towards attendance.
Aaron, Noah's
So
question
anything
was
that's
just
gradable.
Yeah, Aaron's question was just was the orientation recorded because he wasn't able to log in.
Yes, it is recorded that you'll be able to review the information once it's over. All right, and Courtney, I see your question or hand up. I just unmuted your mic. You should be able to ask your question.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. So if the live attendance doesn't count, or the live classes don't count towards attendance, are they mandatory, or is it just stuff that's going over that you just need for the course that you might not be able to get otherwise?
I would say the latter. It's highly encouraged because it's going to
Okay.
be your one-on-one or your time with your instructor to
Okay.
ask questions and really have it be a dynamic conversation in regards to the material. So
Okay.
I would say it's a big part of your success throughout the course, but no, it does not count towards a graded assignment or attendance. It is there to help get you through the work and get you through the material, make sure you understand it completely.
Are those recorded by any chance? So if you do miss them, you can view
Yes,
them later. Okay.
all of the live lectures are recorded, so anybody on the East Coast can be able to access those recordings as well.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much. All right, it is coming up on 3 p.m. So we will go ahead and end our session. And if you have any additional questions, please let us know. Thank you. See, one last question popped in there. Trazi, I can try to answer your question really quick.
Yes, I don't know if the question has been answered before, but the recordings, are they going to be permanently on the website, or do they go off after, let's say, after a week or two?
They will be within your Teams. There'll be a little folder to access the recordings of your lectures within the course. So they'll be tied to your course material.
Okay, okay, so they will stay there during the duration of the course.
Correct, yes.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
No problem. Great, thank you everyone for coming, and we wish you all the best for next Monday. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.